Hello, everybody. Welcome to the farm server DMD Toonkind. I don't know what we are anymore. Uh, Thank you very much for listening to today's FPS. The title is Answering Empty Places. And I'm here with Winona today. Winona, please, can you introduce yourself with your character?
Hello, I am Winona, and I am here to play the little guy, Mad Lad, today, and most likely also someone else, but we'll get to him later.
I love him so much, and thank you very much. Like, you are an absolutely a star. Thank you very much for doing this.
No
Uh, I
problem.
have I have forgotten how to do FPS intros, and I've forgotten to say how amazing and awesome and and you are.
Ah, I Una reverse card. You are amazing and awesome too.
And I'm flipping you off. Well, hello everybody, welcome. Welcome again. So, Winona, it has been quite a while since Carmiña back. MATLAB has, I wouldn't say moved to the farm, but definitely has stayed there for a little bit. Uh, I would imagine they have become, he has become like quite familiar with the layout. Um, I'm gonna give you this at the start. Like, I'm imagining like, it's a quiet evening, not too late.
All
There
right.
is one of those strange days when there is not like apparatus around, like it's kind of quiet, and it seems that today Magdal has the house, at least the main house, alone for himself.
Nice.
If we do not count, obviously, the the fireflies and the rest of the bugs that are around the farm, you are never alone in this place. But
Yeah.
at the moment, there is no other surprise guests. I'm saying that because Carmiña doesn't know like that all of these people are actually in this farm at the
Yeah.
moment, waiting for her. Her is gonna be great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, at this point, I imagine Matlab has probably realized this farm used to be bigger. It used to be bigger. There were definitely there are rooms that are not usable anymore. The moment you open one of those doors, it's like walls are down. There is no roof. It smells like mold. It looks like 1,000 years have gone through this room. In like, yeah, no. When was the last time that someone actually tried to clean up this place? But
Mm.
then up in the stairs, there is Carmiña's room and another two rooms that are locked. You only know which one is Carmiña's room. There is also one, by the way, but
Mm-hmm.
you only know the one that is Carmiña's room because you kind of assume it for the kind of like there is a little bug on the door.
Yeah, and Mad Lad has technically slept in Carminia's room, let's say, a
And
while back.
no, that's also true. Like, sorry about that. The DM did not forget about the crucial detail
It's okay.
that I literally have written down here, and I am not writing down right now. Yeah, my bad. You know which one is Carminia's room, but the other two you have never seen open.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, this kid is in the main living room. It's the living room, kitchen kind of thing, and it has downstairs. Here's what I give it back to you. What's not that doing?
Uh, see, Mad Lad is probably taking the since it's more the evening. He's probably taking the day like do chores on the farm, his usual routine, basically. Just taking care of everything, making sure everything's in order. Probably in the afternoon, he probably played with Red, getting to know his new bug buddy on the farm, and they have a great time. But now that it's winding down the evening, he's started to say he's in the living room, maybe made himself a little snack, but he's just now thinking of Carmiña and how she is not here, and there's a lot of people here that do care about her, but there's just like, if there's so many people that care about her, why did she leave? And it's just that thought is like stewing in his brain, and he starts thinking about her room and the two rooms that he's never been able to get in, and he then hears another voice starts to formulate in his head. We should go look in her room. And Mad Lad just sort of sits up at that. He's like, no, it's not right. Not right. Oh, I think we've gone past that point. We may not agree on too many things, but I think we could both agree that we're worried about her. And, of course, a lot of people we've both found out are probably worried about her too. I don't think she would mind if we snooped around for a little bit. And Mad Lad just like he just starts like balling his hands in a fist, just sort of like fiddling with his own hands. It's just like, I mean, we could, but it's still, look, we don't even know if she's dead or alive. And I feel like that, say, we both have lost, again, we've just both have lost people. We need to know for sure. And Mad Lad's like, but what if she comes back and finds out we broke in? I'm like, well, at least we then know she's alive. We could deal with that later. And Mad Lad's just like, all right, let's do this. And for the audience, you know, Mad Lad has been, say, sometimes hears Alexander in his head. And these are the two characters I'll be switching back and forth within this game.
Winona, seasoned player of D&D, grabs one character and say, but what if we make them two?
As you do.
Just a question. What is the main theory that the Mad Lad thinks that could have happened to Carmiña? And what is the main theory that, like, what does Alexander think and what does Mad Lad think? Like, Mad Lad could think, oh, well, she left. Alexander could think, oh, she's fucking dead. What would be? The inclination to think what's stronger. Sorry about my.
They're actually both on the same. You actually explained it quite well. It's like Mad Lad just think she's left, and he's hoping she is not dead, and she's just gone off to do something. Alexander is very much more pessimistic and very much sad. It's just like, yeah, maybe she went off, but she's probably dead. It's better to confirm that she is most likely dead.
I mean, staying in the farm, these two probably have fear of the increased bandit activity in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And the little incidents people are getting scared of, and sometimes just leaving their houses because they think it's not safe to live around the area.
Mm-hmm.
That's happening. You too have probably heard that from the neighbor. Okay.
Yeah, but now Mad Lad is going up to Carmiña's room.
Are you going straight up without checking around the living room?
Maybe I'll do a preliminary search around the living room.
Yeah. I mean, I say that like I'm keeping a secret here. Don't worry, there is no like. Yeah, like if you are looking around the living room, first without the roll, the first thing you notice is that shit, we have been living here. People have been living here. Anything that would be like a clue superficially
Mm-hmm.
is gone without like proper investigation.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
He will.
You,
He will try to say, I will roll investigation for him.
right?
Nope! That lad does not find shit.
Uh, Not less, I love you. Uh, where did you roll?
He rolled a 4, but that's a nat 1.
What, baby? Why you don't tell me? Discord, why do you don't tell me? Yeah, listen. Matra looks around the living room and the kitchen and the plates probably like I don't know. Axis was sitting from and someone put a cup here and definitely Pepper has been doing cat things around here. Yeah, nah. This is too late now to actually get any information from this place.
Yeah. It's just.
But
Alright.
yeah, but the stairs up are still there.
Yep, and Mad Lad, after the preliminary search around the living room, goes upstairs to Carmiña's room. Since that's the first one, he knows where it is for sure.
And it's actually the first one. As you go up the stairs, the way this is done is two flights of the stairs. There is an attic, the rooms, and then the living room kitchen that Camilla has. When you go up there, it's like a first thing you see is like a long hallway with a bathroom, Carmiña's door, and further down the hallway, another a few doors. You know there are two that you have not been in there, and that there is probably something living in them, but they are closed. And so is Carmiña's room, funnily enough, which you cannot remember having her ever closing her room. Why would she? But the door is closed and you can try to open it.
Did you say he tried the door and it's locked?
The door is locked.
Well, Mad Lad knows he's gonna do. He's gonna try to pick the lock.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
How do you want to do this? I can go sleight of hand. I can go just straight dex.
What is higher for you?
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, go with what is higher.
All right.
So if Matlat has, does Matlat has like
That's a 24. He's doing the Toonish way of like taking a knife and like putting it in the lock.
I'm gonna say that this works because like this is a very Toonish door for the rest of the house. It is in comparison, so it's an old door. This is not like it opens. It fucking opens. And congratulations, you are in Carmiña's bedroom, who has taken into a strange, sad, melancholic watercolor consistency.
Yeah. I say, was it similar to that when he first like slept in the room, or is it that be different?
It's more intense.
I see.
You notice it's a little bit sadder.
Mad Lad just frowns at that. And if Alexander was there, he'd be frowning too. And Mad Lad's just like, okay, let's get started. And I'm gonna roll another investigation.
Please do. While you do that, I'm gonna tell you what you can see with, no holes.
It's a 14.
Okay. At first, when you came first into the room, you can see that it's a simple room. There is a lot of trinkets and weird stuff around, but Carmiña keeps it neat. It's like most of her things are downstairs. Personal items and everything are scattered around the house. There is no need to keep them locked in her room. However, there is like a few. And we hit the language snack, everybody. Where do you put the books?
Bookshelf?
Yes, there is a few bookshelves and like nothing big. Like there are few trinkets on that. There is like a single window that you will with flowers outside. It's weird seeing it close. Makes like the world outside seem not there. It's hard to see through the window unless you open it. There is a desk and there is a closet. There is also a trunk at Carmiña's at the feet of Carmiña's bed, and it seems that there are a few boxes or stuff under the bed. But yeah, with you told me a 14. Yeah, with a 14, you see that this place is dusty as hell. The bed has been made. There is a few written utensils in the desk. And yeah, there is a few things that catch your attention. It seems that there is like a travel bag that has not been touched, and anything that and things like you can see on the bookshelf that there are things that are still like list of prices and maps that are still in the house.
Okay, what was the first thing again that he noticed?
Sorry, the place has been dusty as hell. Like,
yeah, I got that.
Nobody has been here. In the bookshelf, in the desk, there are writing utensils, and it seems like someone was writing there. Is the only part of the room that has not been like is not. It seems more recently used, and there is also you notice also like there is a travel bag that is still here, and there is like things like list of prices and maps and things that Carmiña will carry with her to travel that are still on the bookshelf.
Mad Lad's gonna probably go over to the desk first and investigate what she's been writing.
Okay. For that, do you roll or do you just look?
Let's see. His passive and say,
What is his passive? That's what the first
his passive is a 13.
Yeah, no, with a 13 I can give you one thing, but with a passive of a 13, do you see that most of this stuff is in common? And there are letters. Like, you look over it, there is a few recipes that Madla, how much do you know about cooking?
He knows a bit about cooking. He's been learning more from lore, so he knows a bit. At least the basics.
It's very weird. Most of these cooking recipes, like you see these papers, they are crumpled, they are crossed, uh, they are like I'm talking out of order. Sorry about this. There is letters and recipes. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
letters are of not really a personal nature. It's more like Lawrence, give me money, for goods and stuff. Like it's more like there is a few things like how to keep it right soon. There is an closed envelope in the corner, a little bit crumpled too. There
Yeah.
is there is a few recipes written in common that basically no if you read them, MATLAB MATLAB will realize that what they are it seems like Carmiña has gone over them a lot. Like some of them are repeated and all of that, and they are crossed and crumbled and seem like drafts. And you will realize most of these recipes use raw ingredients and do not require cooking, only cutting and knives.
Hmm. Interesting. Though when Mad Lad looks at this, he's just like he doesn't really see thing that maybe would pertain to her leaving. Alexander, because of his past experience, is like, all right, I know you had your chance. Let me take a look around. I'm used to seeing secrets within letters. And Mad Lad's like, I could do this. No, you can't. I'm better at I'm better at finding secrets than you are. He's like, how do you know that? I can be pretty good at finding secrets. Just trust me. Just let me out. And Mad Lad sighs as Alexander comes out. And hey, they say blood hunters have an advantage into investigation.
Oh my god, please
And
don't.
he has a higher investigation.
I oh god, I love this too. I love this too so much. All right, is Alex?
Wow. Do you want a 12 or a 12? I literally got the same thing twice.
Yeah, with a 12, he gets the same as Nautilus. He's a little bit obfuscated at the moment, I imagine.
Yeah. Which pisses him off more, and he's gonna try to go over them again.
Perfect.
There's the good rolls.
I would say that the first rose is mostly
Yeah, 19. For
19 is good. I would say that the first rose, you tell me if this is in character for Alexander.
mm-hmm.
It might be Alexander actually feeling a little bit stressed and afraid for for what he can find in regards of Carmiña's whereabouts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely a bit stressed himself. Like Carminia is basically the only person that he really does like trust.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, kid. Yes, with a 19, what are you looking at specifically? The desk, the recipes, or the personal letters around the desk?
It's probably going to be a mixture of the desk and the personal letters. In
If
particular, he's trying to see if he can find any like hidden compartments within the desk.
oh, Alexander, you sweet boy, you actually find one, but it's empty.
Dig it.
As you are moving your hands around. Okay, first of all, it has been a long time since I have done this. Give me a second.
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna give you first. I'm gonna give you first the letter
Uh huh.
because I imagine, and then I'm gonna give you the best.
Uh huh.
If not in the recipes because they are quite painfully obvious, choose weird experimental recipes. The letters, they are more business-like, some personal, but distant. There is one that is closed. And I imagine that Alexander has no qualms to open this one. It does have uh, what is an attempt of writing an address and then close it over several times, like in anger.
Mm.
And does he open this letter?
Oh yeah, he opens his letter for sure.
This letter is in common. The nature of it is the moment Alexander opens it, uh, it's quite personal. It has never been sent. I'm gonna. It's long. It's long, but going over it is a letter addressed to Carmiña's family. It's a letter addressed to her mother and her father.
Dang.
It's a sad letter demanding to know why they have never answered her back in so many years and wishing them a happy animals. It's dated 2 years ago. This letter has never been sent.
Mm.
It
Nice.
has. I'm gonna give to you that with a 19. I'm gonna give to you that this letter is probably not related to Cardeña's disappearance at all,
Mm.
and it has been sitting on her desk for a long, long time.
Yeah, say Alexander deduces that, but it's still very much interesting to see that they say they've been writing to their family, but yet their family has been never followed back. He's gonna like put that. He's gonna basically put that mental note in his back pocket for right now, as he continues on searching.
As Alexander searches, like with expertise, I imagine they are just running the tiny little hands under the desk and the sides. And
Yeah.
yeah, they actually hit a compartment that opens,
Nice.
and there is nothing in there really. Like I, with a 19, Alexander's enthusiasm quite quickly dies when they realize these are just notebooks and books about poisonous plants. There is like a tiny notebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can open it and go around. You can open it and look for it on it, but
He will, but that lad's gonna be impressed. Like, hey, how did you know there was gonna be a hidden little apartment? And Alexander rolls his eyes. Usually, desks like this have hidden compartments in them. Sort of basics 101 for investigating a room. You always look for the hidden compartments in the desk. And that's why he's like, huh, I didn't think about that. And Alexander just sighs like, I bet Azura most likely had hidden compartments too, but you were just too dumb to look for them. And Madeline's like, hey! And Alexander's like, oh, shut up, as he then looks through the book.
listen, the book is like a field guide for poisonous plants, and the notebook is a little version of that, it seems. You wouldn't know. The book is in common, and the notebook is in a mix of common and something else, a language you cannot understand.
Would it happen to be either draconic or infernal or primordial?
It is not.
That is Alexander frowns at that. You know, hey, Heiser, do you know what language this is? And Madeline's like, it's not in any language that I know of. And Alexander sighs as he closes out the book. He's like, me neither. Let's keep looking, though.
I mean, being Carmiña, you can imagine what language it is.
Yeah, I, as the player, most likely recognize it's probably Druidic, but
Right.
neither of them know this.
yeah, still with a 19 is the notebook about poisons and plants and stuff. But there is something else. Behind the desk, you see the corner of a leather notebook picking as it has fallen on the in between the desk and the wall.
Oh, I think I found something. As Alexander reaches for that book and opens it.
It's stuck. Roll me a strength.
All right.
If you wanna move the desk, you need to roll a proper strength.
Would
Or,
you say would I be able to argue athletics?
um, athletics how?
For moving the desk.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Isn't it?
Yep. This is a strong kid.
That's the power of love.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
like he doesn't move it out like too far, but he definitely moves it out enough to like get a good space between the desk and the wall, so he can just easily just grab the book as it falls.
it's actually like it looks like a very thick an old book, and yeah, you get it. And this desk is so damn sturdy and heavy. God damn it, Carmiña, how did you get it up here in the first place? She definitely needed help.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, cool. Listen, I'm gonna have to ask you at this point to roll again for when you read the book, to roll again for investigation.
All right, I'll roll again for investigation of this book. And thank God for Alexander's advantage. Thank God for advantage.
Thank God for advantage. Behave thyself.
Oh, that's it. Oh, look at the duality of man of this. Nat 1 in the first one, then Nat 20 on the second one.
God, I love blood hunters. You call it?
Yes.
Fuck, I need one of those. I need to get me one of those.
Yeah, like they're built for. They're one of their big things is investigation.
Amazing. Well, with a 20, you realize it's a mix of common and a strange language you do not recognize. But it's quite clearly that this book is a personal nature, as if it's a diary.
Ooh, diary. Yeah, Matt say Alexander wise open, and he's like, and then gives it a smirk. He's like, bingo.
Where do you open it? From the back, from the front, or in the middle?
I say, according to how books usually are written, the front, say, the most recent entries are in the back. So he's gonna flip open to the whatever the last entry was.
There is a few scraps right at the end of the book. Like there is this kind of sleeve where you can put things, and these are very old mementos. There is a photo of Carmiña in the farm, younger, giving a hug to a real kind dwarf. And yes, these are photos. What the fuck, Carmiña? You have photos in? Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah. There is another scrap that looks like the portrait of a very real tiefling. There are more of those if you want to go through them. I could be talking about this forever.
Yeah, like he's looking through the photos and they're interesting to him, but he's more but he can look at those possibly later. He looks to see what the writing says if there's the last journal entry.
And as they both go back to the last entry, he stated, well, it fits with the last time everybody was young, Carmiña was here. It is a simple entry explaining how she has been trying new stuff and she thinks that she has the gift and she has the gift ready. It says something like, I have managed to write it down. It has taken forever. I hope that Pegleg can appreciate the work that has gone on this. I cannot wait to see Lao's face tomorrow.
And say, 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 Mad Lad and Alexander both recognize that name and know that and don't and kind of know who that person is. Just like the last person was Lao, and they're just like, oh boy, and it's like, see the face. What say? So Lao was the last person she saw before she left. That's interesting. And like, see the look on his face, like she wanted to show something off to him, but looks like she never got the chance. And he goes to the entry before that entry to see what that thing was that she sort of wanted to show off.
Well, it's in a few previous entries before, like this series that has been like a work of months. It starts when it all starts on an entry a few months ago that says like, I cannot believe Lao cannot cook. I'm fixing this. And from there, each week there is one or two entries that mention how she has been trying to develop recipes
Mm-hmm.
for Lao to try with Lao's tastes. So for people who don't know the character, there was an FPS in which Lao showed that he has a very different understanding of what good food is. So
Yeah.
Carmiña has been trying to make a recipe book for him to try and not just like, based on his tastes and the fact that he doesn't like to cook with fire.
Yeah. I listened to that FPS and say that was hilarious.
But yeah, um, that's the thing she wanted to give Lao the day before she disappeared.
Cookbook, huh? I mean, that's something. At least it's a good lead for later if we want to go back to him. And Mad Lad's like, do we really have to go? Actually, I'm going to stop myself there. I see where I made my mistake. And Alexander just nods, even though there's no one in the room. He's like, yeah, we can handle him. I can handle him. You know what I can do. I can slice those plants in half if need be. And Mad Lad's like, no, we don't have to hurt the plants. I mean, he is Carmiña's friend, but he's like, yeah, but he also may be the reason why she left. So, we'll explore more. You and your connections. It's like, we'll explore more and see what else we can deduce. But yeah, I sort of want to go over to him and give him a what for. And Mad Lad's just like sighed. Let's just search for more.
I'm gonna say that. Okay, sorry, you're searching for more, right?
Yeah, he's searching for more now.
Okay, where is he searching for more?
He's probably gonna go over to the bookshelf next.
There is on the bookshelf. There is a lot of. Well, there is a few books, like the kind of book that you read before you go to sleep, and there is, as I say, a few papers like maps and list of prices that things that seem like Carmiña will use when traveling to the market.
Mm-hmm.
And there is also like what it looks like a traveling bag,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I will need you to actually investigate that properly again.
All right.
Investigation roll the FPS, everybody.
Yes.
I am sorry. I feel like I am a little bit distracted. I have my notes in front of here. Sorry,
No, no,
is
no. It's totally understandable in a lore heavy game, but that's a 15. That's pretty respectable.
yeah. Sorry, sorry, Winona. I love you very much. I love Ballad very much. I love everybody listening. Sorry, I am being so scattered today.
It's okay. Okay.
What did you roll again?
15.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fuck off. Not notes. It's not in this page. Give me a second.
It's okay. It's okay, Sorte.
Uh, all right. I'm on the right page now. Okay. So with a 15, yeah, Matlat, Alexander, you're very good at investigating, but you're also kids. These letters are so boring. It's prices of how it's basically list of prices and how to price each item she's selling, each product she's selling in different markets all
See,
around the Inkwell.
yeah, see, Alexander finds that actually a bit interesting since because of his sort of background with more nobles and everything. And say he's used to seeing these sort of things. Mad Lad, on the other hand, is trying not to fall asleep from boredom.
It yeah, it's basically like the prices he uses in different places. There are a few markings about like it's obviously that the ones that have been used more are the ones of locations closer to her farm, like Toontown and all of that. There is one for the Ghibli Imperium, like different places around there, but that one looks almost like brand new, like you doubt Carmiña has gone there a lot
Mm-hmm.
before.
And Alexander,
Ghibli Empire, not Imperium, Empire, sorry.
yeah, Ghibli, yeah,
Ghibli.
and he looks at that he nods a little bit. Again, makes a mental note of that. But if he can't find anything else, he's gonna try to look for other things within the room.
There is a there is a few notes about next to the prices and the books, and I'm gonna give you that Camilla has a weird book on that. Never mind, that was gonna be a joke about how Carmiña reads romance novels.
It's
Uh,
okay.
but apart from that, there is also like it's not letters, but it's more like kind of like notes on the back of a receipt. Uh, it also mentions um, it's it looks like notes for herself, like she is trying to speak with someone about how she doesn't like when people take control of their farm, but
Mm-hmm.
scribbled over and over. Like, okay, like she probably sat down in some place, like wrote this to kind of like, okay, we need to have this talk kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't say to whom.
Mm. And Alexander sort of gives that sort of no. It's just like she doesn't like people controlling the farm. Makes sense. I think we may know who might be she's talking to. Oh, do you think it may be one of the people that from that company that we found? Or at least I found. And Alexander told, yes, you did actually pretty decent during that investigation. And Madeline's like, hey, I at least now know that we're up against a giant company. So that might be a reason why she left too. And Alexander nods like, another good theory. but we should continue on.
There is the trunk, there is under the bed, and there is the other two rooms now.
He's gonna go for the trunk.
All right. It's locked. How do you want to open it?
Alexander is gonna try to sleight of hands this and try to open the trunk with his with his ability of his hand turning into a knife and trying to picklock the lock.
Okay.
That's a 24.
It opens like the whole trunk is butter. It does a book. Opens with a Zelda Legend of Zelda noise.
Yeah. Da 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 da.
And between the glowing light, you see it's full of clothes.
Full of clothes?
Clothes. It's all the same kind of clothes. It's skirts, the red skirt, the shorts.
Yeah. I say Alexander gives a little nod at that. Not too surprising, but let's see if we can find any other hidden compartments and stuff. As he starts taking out the clothes very neatly, I should say. He tries not to mess with them too much, but he's just takes them out sort of neatly as he looks around in the trunk.
All right. There is actually another hidden compartment you can actually take. The MATLAB realized there is the back of the chest.
Mm-hmm.
You can lift one of the wood panels, and it reveals a small compartment that has a small leather satchel.
Uh-huh.
And it seems there is something in there.
Yeah, Alexander's definitely gonna pull that out and see what's inside.
It's tobacco. Real kind. Tobacco, real kind. And there is a note that says, "Luca, get your own."
He looks at the bagel. He looks at the note.
Not bagel. Sorry, I'm gonna write it down in the roll zone.
Okay. Oh, tobacco. Okay.
Tobacco.
A real time. Which doesn't surprise Alexander or Mad Lad, since she probably has seen them smoke. And it's though Alexander's gonna sort of investigate tobacco, how fancy is this tobacco? It's is this the good tobacco?
It is very old. It is very old. This is not, you wouldn't smoke this. This has been here for ages.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Let's see. Does he recognize the brand? How good quality is this tobacco?
It's quite good quality, actually. It's real kind, and it seems that it has been imported from Winona. Because it says so. If you want me to give you specifically the brand, you will have to roll me a history.
I say Alexander's gonna roll history because his dad smokes tobacco. He who. So he knows good tobacco when he sees it. And he gets advantage of this too.
No, kids, don't smoke.
No, Alexander has never smoked, but his dad has.
Carmiña will be that kind of hypocrite that will actually no, don't smoke, while smoking herself.
Yeah, but that's a 19 to see. Because
Perfect, yeah.
You go?
You go, please.
No. I was about to say, yeah, he probably hopefully, say he'll probably recognize this brand.
He does. It's like a very popular smoking pipe tobacco kind of thing. It's very popular in the areas of Kiruma that are most populated but worse. Yeah,
Alexander looks at this and nods. He's like, "This is some good quality tobacco."
but it's now gone to shit.
Yeah, like he recognizes that. He's just like, "Good quality tobacco." I think my dad used to smoke this brand sometimes, but it's way too old now.
It's this brand is strong as hell.
Yeah, and he knows that.
Like
And, and
this is
he
definitely like a dwarven specific product that some kind of mad lads no mad lads, not mad lads don't smoke. That some weirdos smoke outside of the.
yeah, and though Mad Lad is not like he knows about smoking. Like his crew didn't really smoke that often, but Alexander's dad smoked very often. So he recognized this sort of nicer tobacco brand, and he puts it back where he puts it back where he placed it along with the note. He's like, not what we're looking for, but very interesting to note.
That's what you're gonna find in here exactly.
Yeah, and he's gonna then check for I think you said the bed. He's gonna just check for the bed.
There is boxes under the bed, and you can pull them out and look.
Of course, He's gonna pull them all out and look.
All right, I'm gonna ask you this: do they do this kind of like Tunish thing where they just like
No.
throw everything?
Alexander
Okay.
was originally real kind. He does this very methodically. He does this very carefully and methodically. He just gets them all out into almost like a nice sort of maybe a ring around himself if there's a lot of boxes. But no, I say there is no toony sort of flavor. He just pulls out everything in like a rush.
Glance, it just looks like you know stuff for the house. Like there is like a picnic blanket at in some point. There is a few oil lamps that she obviously is not using them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There is blankets. There is extra bed sheets. There is like towels, shoes,
Mm-hmm.
things that she's obviously not using at the moment.
I see. I say, do you want me to make an investigation, or is that all I'm gonna find?
That's all that you are gonna find. I
And
can give you that
yeah,
now.
and say Alexander looks at this, and Alexander's like, just looks like basic home stuff. And Mad Lad is like, yeah, looks like this is just where she puts extra. I think that's probably it gonna be for this room. And Alexander nods, yeah, probably. Let's move on to one of those other rooms. And he's gonna say if there's nothing else of note that he can investigate, he's gonna try one of the other rooms.
Right. Give me just a second now. Um, okay, I'm
Uh
back.
huh. All right, sounds good.
All right. Listen, there is two close rooms. One of them has kind of like this faded the golden pink flowers around the edge,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one has something written also around the edge, but on silver. It's in a language you might not recognize. What Matlat and Alexander couldn't
They
speak
both
just
know
yet?
Infernal. They are say Alexander knows Primordial in particular, and Mad Lad particularly knows Draconic.
Yeah, this is not on any of those languages, but it's painfully obvious it's not the language Carmiña writes on most. So,
Uh huh. Hmm.
so you got what we are gonna call the golden door and what we are gonna call the silver door.
Let's see. Which one he be interested? You know, Golden
Golden,
Doors.
fla- golden flowers or silver writing.
He's probably gonna be more interested in the silver writing, just naturally because he sees writing on the door and tries to decipher it, but realizes in a language it's not in a language that he knows. But since he's already there, he's gonna try to open the door if he can.
Right. They are closed.
All right, Alexander is gonna is gonna try to pick the lock to the door again.
Right?
Nope.
It doesn't open, but you can try to open the door with protester if you want to, or plead him to God. Let's see. What's your strategy?
Hmm. He's gonna first see if he can brute strength the door open. So,
Go, Alexander, go!
all right.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah,
19.
yeah. He just Alexander takes a good step, good amount of distance away from the door, and then uses his shoulder to bust into the door with physical force. And there's probably some cracking that could be heard as he gets the door open.
The door at first doesn't budge, but the moment the door is about to be broken, you hear a click, and the door is open, and Matlat and Alexander fall into the room.
Yeah, I say Alexander and Mad Lad are very confused. It's just like that door was locked. And say we were about to bust it open, but it seemed like it opened by itself, and they're very confused. And they sit there for a while in a thought of what just happened.
Remind me, did you want for the silver or the golden one?
Huh? The silver.
The silver one. You find yourself in a room that looks right for your size.
Say that one more time.
The room looks right for Matlat's and Alexander's size. That's to say, you find yourself in a room where everything is slightly smaller than the rest of the things around the house.
Huh.
A smaller chair, a smaller bed.
Would it be safe to say it looks similar to a kid's room?
In size, maybe. However, the things around this place doesn't make it look like a kid's room.
Mm.
There is a pipe on a desk, and there is numerous hammers and, you know, rock working stuff
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
I should have Googled how to say before. Like there is a hammer, and there is one of these things that you go like clank, 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 and
Is it
rock.
masonry stuff?
Masonry, yes, exactly. There is also a shield and a set of armor in discarded in one of the at the feet of the bed.
Mm.
This place looks like it hasn't been touched in forever. And listen, if Valvladar Alexander have any allergies, they will be sneezing right now because Did you think Carmiña's room was dusty? This one has a lawyer. It looks like a lawyer that looks like a snow. Not
You
a
know,
lawyer, but yeah.
let's roll a con and see if they sneeze from all the dust. Let's see, what's your con again, Alexander? Since you're in control right now, okay. Yeah, he starts sneezing.
That actually scares a few centipedes. Too big these centipedes are damn too big again, and they scatter away in the room.
Yeah, he's just like, achoo, achoo, achoo. It's really achoo, dusty, achoo. And he eventually calms down with the sneezing, like sniffs a couple times just to get like the runniness out of his nose, and looks around and notices that it's definitely for like it's smaller. All the furniture size is smaller, and Mad Lad makes a comment that it's like, do you think maybe a gnome or a halfling lived here once? It looks to be smaller in build, but it's not a kid's room per se. And Alexander gives a nod that, yeah, good observation. Maybe, could be. Also could be a dwarf, also. But let's look around. Is there any like things of note right away?
It looks sad. You know the watercolor quality?
Ah?
Here it seems damped because everything here is of real kind make.
Uh-huh.
Everything here. This is not the room of a tomb.
Mm-hmm.
And that might help make it look more realistic.
Uh-huh.
But it's like you are walking through a field.
Mm.
The house suddenly feels much, much colder.
Mm.
And in the distant Badlands hears the wind through the house. And it sounds like a whale. Whale. I cannot pronounce.
Whale, yeah. Yeah, you had
Yeah,
it right,
not
whale.
yeah, not the animal, please. I'm trying to be
Yeah, no, I
sad.
know what you meant.
Thank you everybody for
Yeah, it's just
understanding.
that sort of doom and gloom feeling in this room, and it does even make Alexander shiver a little bit. But though he composes himself as he starts more investigating the room. And
Right.
Time to roll. Ooh, we got dirty 20 as the first roll.
Okay.
Yep, dirty 20 looks like.
There are many scrolls around here and books also. And there is also a desk that is put right, right, right against the wall with a window that overlooks what used to be a flower garden,
Uh-huh.
that at the moment is sadly not doing too well.
Mm-hmm.
This place is once again very dusty, has not been touched in forever.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you again the similar options as in Carmiña's. There is a dresser, there is a desk, there is a nightstand. What is the other one? Dresser, desk, nightstand, and there is a bookshelf.
All right.
I'm gonna leave them at that.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna head towards the desk at first.
The desk is mostly clean. Like there is some dust, some particles. This desk is that kind of desk that does say that double work of workbench and desk.
Yeah, he
That
knows that type of desk.
Nothing unusual at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Outright. There is, yeah, that's it. Do you wish to look for more compartments?
Oh yeah, he's gonna look for hidden compartments similar to Carmiña's.
Okay, roll me for investigation.
All right. All right. Second one.
Come on, come on!
Ah!
You do find a lot of compartments. So many that makes you think you are missing many, many more.
Yeah. And there is probably sneezing too during this because just he's a lot of dusty stuff moving about and it's getting to the air. So he's just probably chewing every time he opens a desk drawer.
You do find in these many compartments, however, like you are pretty sure you're missing the big ones, but you do find in these many compartments what it looks like a blueprint of the farm and many, many notes on it.
I say Alexander, as well as Mad Lad, is very curious about that and probably takes out the blueprints and looks at them.
Well, yeah, it's like it's all. You have been. What will I roll? Romy is survival.
All right.
No, not survival. Fuck it. Winona.
Yeah.
To know to check how familiarized with the how familiarized has MATLAB become with the layout of the farm? Do you
Oh,
think survival would be a good call?
probably more history because he's been all over
History.
this farm. He
History.
has.
Okay,
I
Romy
say he's
history.
been. I say he's worked the farm for a long time. He's become very familiarized for every sort of inch of the farm.
Romy history then, please.
All right. Also get that advantage. Ah. Unfortunately, no. They. It's not. Ah.
That's fine. You do recognize this is the farm. There is something that looks weird, but you cannot exactly pinpoint what it is. But yeah, you looking at this, you recognize this is the farm, and there is many, many, many weird symbols and measurements and notes around it that you in a language that you cannot understand.
Hmm. Say Alexander is and Mad Lad look at this and they know something's up, but they can't think about it figure it out very right now. So they're gonna keep the blueprints on the desk and come back to it a little bit later, as
Right?
as they probably go to the bookshelf next.
I'm also telling you that you can take anything you want from this place, by the way.
And that's fine. He'll probably do that later, but
Okay.
right now he's gonna investigate whatever else is in the room.
Okay. Where is he going again?
He's going to the bookshelf next.
All right. For me, another investigation.
Yep.
Investigation the game.
Woo! Ah. Come on. Advantage. Ooh, 23.
Nice. Listen, it's a bookshelf. There is books and scrolls, and it's very. It doesn't seem like it's very. Um, how to say it? Is very, very, very practical.
Ah, nice.
It's very practical. It's definitely focused on practical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of diagrams. There is a lot of very dense books with little images, but the images that are in, they look to be like scientific kind of thing.
Mm. So maybe similar to like manuals and everything.
Aye, exactly.
All right.
Um, but with that beautiful roll of a 23, you actually notice a very small, uh, it's not a treasure, a very small chest.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He's definitely gonna look at. He's probably gonna pick up. He's definitely gonna pick up the chest and look inside of it.
It's not locked, funny enough, and there is a few trinkets, a few gems in there.
Mm-hmm.
There is gold in it, but there is also a few letters, mostly in these languages you don't understand, but there is one that is in common.
He's gonna definitely pick up and read the one that at least the one that's in common.
It's actually a complaint. It's a complaint about inappropriate behavior at a high. How do you get it? It's a complaint from a novel about inappropriate behavior, telling them to fuck off and about refusing to work for them,
Uh huh.
and it's addressed to some Lucas Silverhammer with a threat of contacting their family.
Hmm. Yeah. So threat to the family that was never fully like done. They say Alexander's just like looks like whatever threat they did didn't work, but that's also good to know. And Mad Lad just and Alexander sort of sighs like, and also no, we're not taking the gold. As he puts the letter back inside, and there's an "aww" from Mad Lad.
Just one more thing. It seems that the novel that was complaining about it uh, is a family going by the name of Demise.
Demise. And yeah, and I say Mad Lad and Alexander both definitely tuck that piece of information back in their mind to think about later because they sort of things like, do you think this is maybe in connection to the company that is trying to take over the forest, and maybe that's the family name or something. Is they say there's like they're trying to figure out stuff, but they're gonna definitely keep that in mind for later and put back the box.
Beautiful.
And if there's nothing else that they could possibly find, they're probably gonna move on to the nightstand.
On the on the nightstand, it seems like a fairly normal nightstand. It's a nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
What was your perception again?
Uh, but uh, say the last investigation I got was a 23.
Um, One second.
Okay. If you I see. Uh, I'm definitely if you want to make this a two-parter, we can.
Yeah,
I'm definitely able to go on, but if you want to finish
I,
this, if you want to
I,
maybe
yeah, I think like, listen, if you're interested in these two rooms, like really, 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 really interested, there is a lot of, I can keep going forever because I have made the mistake of writing too much lore for games.
yeah, if you want, we can maybe finish this room and then do the rest of it for the next part?
Definitely, definitely. Do you know what? I have also an idea for that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's go with this one. Let me get the other
All
note
right.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, sweet.
The nightstand. It's just like I feel bad for making you roll so many investigations.
All right. Do you want to go off
Yeah,
my last one of a 23?
yeah. Uh, the nightstand seems like a normal nightstand. There is nothing on it but old, withered, and dry flour.
Uh-huh.
Like it has been put in there. And listen, the nightstand is next to the bed, so fuck it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there is an old withered flower on it, and you can see that on the bed there is a withered
Mm-hmm.
red flowers.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna write it,
Wreath of
and that's it.
flowers.
Yeah, and really that's it. If you open the
Mm-hmm.
see, it's just because I'm starting to not be able to talk. If you open the drawers,
Uh-huh.
there is not much there. There is like a stuff left,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't seem like
All right.
there is. Yeah, there
Uh,
is not much more. Yeah,
all right. He nods at this and he then goes over to goes over to the chest and opens it.
actually, Winona, can we leave it up here in the middle?
Sound uh,
I got an idea actually.
you gotta leave? Okay, we can leave it here then.
Uh, I'm sorry that this is like a little bit abrupt. I wasn't expecting to talk like this. Thank you very much for playing with me.
Oh, no problem. I fully understand. And I was prepared to go for a very long time today. Like, I know lore episodes can be very dense and very long, but I understand if you need a break, you need to make this a two-parter.
Yeah, and listen, you are an absolute blessing. Thank you very much. Thank you
And
very much for everybody who
yeah,
has tuned to listen.
yeah, and thank you everyone for listening in on this. We'll make there'll be a part 2 to this coming soon. We'll make announcements for later, but thank you all for listening for this for right now. Bye bye.
Bye bye.